My name is Keith David. I play Mr. Daniels in Magic City. Well, I'm mostly motivated by the story. I thought it was a good story. It's a story about, one of the major reasons for doing ABFF or a film that might get into this festival is because we need stories about us, stories that reflect our experience in this modern day America. A huge challenge has been, throughout the history of filmmaking, having stories that are truly representative of our particular unique experience. This is just one of those stories. I'm always desirous to contribute to more stories that talk about our diversity, the diversity of our experiences, different, socioeconomic backgrounds, because if you listen to his story, you'll never know that, as early as the 1870s, in fact, as early as the 1600s, there were free blacks in America, educated blacks in America. If you watch soap operas, you think that everybody's rich, and everybody lives like that. So we need to have more stories about us and the vastness of our experience. This is one of those stories. I mean, I play a guy who's in love with a woman who's dying, and in fact, she does. And part of the story is the cover-up of that. Those things happen, and in dealing with these children who are trying to cover it up, it's not malicious intent. So it's not, it certainly wasn't murder, but there's still cover-up, and there's still, and things happen. One of the things I like about different stories is, it's easy to, make a blanket judgment about people, but good people do bad things. Bad people do good things. And I think this story includes some of that. So that's what interested me in doing the story. First of all, I like to work, but I also like to work and tell stories about our experience. I mean, my job, my challenge, my desire is to lift off the page a human experience. If I'm playing a man that you one day would like to be like, then that's great. If I'm playing a guy who you really don't ever want to be like, then again, I'm doing my job. In a way, it's kind of ministry, because that's what artists do. We get to reflect back to the society what it is to be a human being, and all those experiences. And as I said, I'm interested in the story because depending on how that story is told, we all gain some kind of lesson in life. Joseph Campbell talks about myths and the power of myth, and myths are stories. Those, Jesus told parables. Those, they're not always to be taken literally, but you need to see some of the metaphorical inferences, some of the in between the line inferences. Sometimes you see something directly, but that's not really what the message is. Part of the next chapter of my life is directing and being able to be responsible in another way of telling those stories. So, that's my next foray, whenever that happens. I mean, I've directed plays. I haven't directed a movie yet, but it's in the offing.